Welcome to Public Counsel's video presentations on representing yourself in federal court. This particular series has 4 chapters, which cover the case initiating forms for the Central District of California. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be legal advice for your particular situation. Also, this video covers only the case initiating forms used by the Central District of California, which is the federal district court or federal trial-level court covering the greater Los Angeles region. And lastly, for advice on your particular situation, you should consult an attorney who can review your facts and discuss your options. We'll have some suggestions for you at the end of this video. Let's start with, what exactly are the case initiating forms? These are the court forms you need to file along with your complaint in order to start a case in the Central District of California. These are the summons, the certification and notice of interested parties, the civil cover sheet, and if you are going to request a fee waiver, the request to proceed in forma pauperis. These forms are filed along with your complaint or other opening pleading in order to start a case. If you try to file your complaint at the clerk's office without these forms, most likely your complaint will be rejected. In this video, we are covering the certification and notice of interested parties, Form CV-30. And here's an important bit of information for you. This form actually goes by 2 names. There's one name and number on the form itself, and another name and number on the court's website. The form itself is called Certification and Notice of Interested Parties, with form number CV-30 in the bottom left corner. On the court's website, however, where you can download a PDF version of the form is listed in the Forms section as simply Notice of Interested Parties, and it has the number CV-030. Here's what the form looks like. If you read the form, you'll see that you are meant to disclose to the court any people or entities, like corporations or government bodies, that might have a pecuniary interest in your case. That means you need to list on this form anyone who might have a financial interest in the outcome of your case. The reason for this is that any judges assigned to your case will take a look at this list and use it to decide if they might have a conflict of interest in your case and if they might need to recuse themselves. Now we'll go over the form in detail, from the top to the bottom. In the upper left-hand corner, you write your name, address, phone number, and which party you are, meaning whether you are the plaintiff or the defendant. Here, we've filled out a sample for you. And throughout our sample, we're using fake names and fake addresses. But you should use your real name, address, and phone number, and the real names of your defendants. For our sample, we're assuming someone named Lily Hahn is filling out this form. Here's her street address and phone. And she's the plaintiff in the case, so she's listed that she is the plaintiff in pro per. The terms in pro per and pro se mean the same thing, that you don't have an attorney and that you're representing yourself. This is the caption area of the form. This is where you list who the plaintiff is and who the defendants are. And here we've made a sample for you. We're assuming that Lily Hahn is suing 3 people: Octavio Paz, Herman Melville, and Ralph Ellison. So Lily's name goes first, above the little V for versus, and then the defendants' names go underneath the V. But wait, what if you can't fill all the names of your defendants in that tiny caption box? The Central District's local rules, Local Rule 11-3.8, allows you to use what is called a short case name. When you write a short case name, you write the full name of the first plaintiff and the full name of the first defendant. Typically, if you're omitting some names from the list of either the plaintiffs or the defendants, most people add the abbreviation et al. At the end. This is an abbreviation for the Latin term et alia, which roughly translates as and others. So this just lets the reader know that there are other names and that you've left them out for convenience's sake. Big warning though. Always write the complete full legal names of all plaintiffs and all defendants in the caption box of any complaint or any summons. Don't ever use a short case name in the caption box of a complaint or a summons. There is a space here for a case number. If you are the plaintiff and you are filing your original complaint in a new case, you don't have a case number yet, so you leave this blank for the clerk to fill in. If you're watching this video and you happen to be a defendant, you will know the case number, so fill it in here in its entirety with all the numbers and all the letters. Immediately under the caption area, there's a blank here for you to indicate if you are the plaintiff or the defendant in the case. Just write in the word plaintiff or defendant in this area. In our sample, Lily is the plaintiff, so she's written the word plaintiff in here. This large space here is for you to write in all the names of the people, corporations, and government entities who might have a monetary interest in your case. You list the names in the left column and their role in the case on the right. At the minimum, you have to list all the plaintiffs and all the defendants. For many pro se litigants, that's all they need to list. However, if you happen to know that someone else might have a financial interest in the case, for example, an insurance company or a parent corporation, you should let the court know about that as well and write their names and explain their potential involvement in the case. Here, in our sample, Lily doesn't know of anyone other than the actual plaintiffs and defendants who would have a financial interest in the case, so she lists all the names of the plaintiffs and defendants in the left-hand column. And in the right-hand column, she lists their role in the case, matching up who is a plaintiff and who is a defendant. On to the next part of the form, the bottom part. This is where you sign and date the form. So in our sample, Lily has signed and dated the form. And on the bottom line, she has written plaintiff in pro per to let the court know that she is the plaintiff in the case and that she is representing herself. And that's it. Here's the completed form. It's fairly simple and shouldn't take you too much time to complete. If you need help, please visit us at Public Counsel's Federal Pro Se Clinic. We offer free legal advice for people representing themselves in the Central District. We're in the Central District Courthouse located on Spring Street on the Main Street level in room G19. We're open on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon and from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Please check the court's website before you visit us, though, to make sure we aren't closed for any holidays. Just Google Central District of California, then follow the links for People Without Lawyers. There are also 2 other clinics in the Central District, one in the Federal Building in Santa Ana and one in Riverside. They are also staffed by attorneys and offer free legal assistance for pro se litigants. More information about them is also on the court's website. Some final and important information for you. This video is for educational purposes only and is not to be construed as legal advice. For information and advice about your particular situation, please see an attorney. This video does not create an attorney-client relationship between the viewer and public counsel.